Meet Kit. He is from Ireland, home of folk music, Irish traditional dance, and Celtic art. Meet Siobhan. She is from Germany, home to Oktoberfest, beer, and German cooking. Together, they live with their kids in Baltimore, Maryland. Here on a quiet street. Kit works as a plumbing superintendent, and Siobhan is a stay-at-home mom. Sound like the typical American family? Well, not quite.
Hi, guys. Time to come in. Make your specialties. Get the meat out.
For starters, they don't all look alike. But then again, some of them look exactly alike. To be more precise, this family totals 13 children. 6 from Mom's first marriage and 7 from her second. Most incredibly, they have 3 sets of twins. 2 sets are identical. The odds of that are about 1 in 5 million. The chance of nonstop chaos around here is about 100%.
Today I'm making a German meal, and it's called Jägerschnitzel, and that's basically breaded pork chops with bread dumplings and potato dumplings. We make a special sauce with that.
Just cutting some onions right now for the food. Since there's lots of people in this family, we need to make lots of food.
And when she says lots of food, she isn't kidding. Tonight, they'll go through 25 pounds of meat, 36 dumplings, 2 loaves of bread, 2 gallons of milk, and 4 cans of juice.
Probably takes about 2 hours to finish. We have a couple of kids that will help us stamp the meat. So we have one expert, Ricky, that will do that. We make this frequently, a couple of times a week. The rest of the week we make American meals, baked chicken and fries. And today is a weekend, and we definitely always make a German meal on the weekend. This is it. All this stuff has to be fried.
One of the advantages of cooking for a family this size is that there happens to be a lot of helping hands to get the job done. That is one of the Healy's keys to success. Everyone knows that the smooth operation depends on teamwork. Well, it's a lesson everyone learns eventually. But before we get too far, let's figure out who is who around here with a quick trip through the family tree. First, let's meet the kids from Siobhan's previous marriage. That's Ben, Akila, Diego, Ricky, Olivia, and Keanu. Together, Kit and Siobhan had 2 sets of twins and a little girl. They are Sean and Saoirse, Schwanhilda, Heidi and Rosie, and there is one more set of twins on the way. Raising any family is a challenge, but in a family of 13, the usual weekly chores multiply into a never-ending battle just to keep up.
Of course, if they decide to not do their individual chores, then, things fall apart and there's chaos. Hey guys, finish up, please.
Start folding the clothes, otherwise it's going to build up. You're going to have nothing to wear for school.
We do mostly like 8 or 7 loads of laundry each day. Keeps on piling up. I don't know why, but it just does.
Ask any Healy and they'll have their own view of living in a mega family.
Making sure Heidi is changed and she's fed.
The most challenging thing is cleaning up after Sean and Saoirse doing their homework, making them food. Always remind them to maybe do up their room even though they never do it. Always tell them to stop running.
Rosie getting undressed or Shawnee crying and bumping her head and stuff on the floor.
We are raising a bunch of teenage boys, and they like to get into sports.
When they get together, if they gang up on you, you can't control them.
It's loud, it's hectic, but it's still fun because we are a family and, we do things together, and no matter how crazy it is.
But in the spring of 2006, life for the Healys' big happy family took a fearful turn. Kit and Siobhan had been thrilled to learn that they were again expecting twins, their 3rd set. At first, everything seemed to be proceeding well.
I had a very normal pregnancy with these twins up to, 20 weeks. We knew we were having 2 boys. They were about the same size. They were growing well.
Then in July, during a routine ultrasound, came the frightening news. The twins were suffering from a dangerous condition known as twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, or TTTS.
In virtually 100% of single placenta twins, there are blood vessel connections between the babies. There's a chance that one baby will start sending some of its blood to the other baby. If that condition worsens, both babies can get into trouble.
TTTS is a rare, potentially fatal condition in which the shared blood flow between the fetuses goes out of balance. As it progresses, the space around the one twin collapses, while the other becomes oversized, placing stress on both babies' organ systems. The Healy's happy family suddenly found themselves in crisis.
At 21 weeks, we were stage 1 TTTS. At 22 weeks and 6 days, we went from TTTS stage 2 to stage 4, which is dying. You know, one of the babies was dying.
We were devastated. We were wrecked. I have no way of telling you what it did to us.
By 24 weeks into the pregnancy, with the baby's health rapidly deteriorating, the Healys faced a horrific decision: terminate one baby to save the other, or deliver both babies a frightening 4 months early. At such a tiny size, survival would be tenuous.
We came to the conclusion that termination is not an option for us. We want both babies here safe and sound, and I mean, it was up to God in the end to decide this, but we tried everything ourselves to get those babies here. Dr. Arbal and his ultrasound technician saw that the baby, Christopher, was deteriorating.
We came to a point in the pregnancy where we thought he was going to be stillborn in the very near future, and that's when we decided to deliver them both. She was about 24 weeks and 5 days at that point.
Around noon, they prepped me for C-section, and so I called Kit because he was at work at that time.
When I got to the hospital, Siobhan was already prepped and was worried sick that I wouldn't get there in time.
Siobhan was rushed from her hospital bed to the OR, where an emergency C-section was performed.
And all I saw was like a dark doll being handed over, you know, from doctor to doctor to doctor to nurses. And I thought in my mind that they had died or were dying.
Christopher Charles Finian Healy and Joseph Patrick Finian Healy were born 4 months premature. Christopher weighed 2 pounds 4 ounces and Joseph weighed 1 pound 9 ounces.
That was the worst birth that I ever went through.
The course in the NICU, the neonatal intensive care unit, often involves several steps forward with a complication, which then will take you back a step.
Doctors warned the Healys the months ahead would be fraught with challenges. But if everything went well, the babies might be able to come home in about 4 months. But everything was not to go well. If there's one thing that Kit Healy has learned raising 13 children, it's that kids don't always do what they're told.
One thing that the bigger guys like to do, and they do it on a regular basis when they think nobody's looking and they think nobody can hear them, rumbling down the hill, the back driveway towards the garage, on the babies' bikes, racing each other. It's like a soapbox derby.
No, we don't usually ride the bikes. We're too little. They're gonna get in trouble.
Actually, I've tried everything to stop them. Would you ever get off the baby's bikes? You'll wreck on. Threatened them, taken away TVs. You're going to wreck that bike, and you already have wrecked that bike. What's wrong with the pink one with the training wheels? I mean, they have some of those bicycles so bent into the ground that if the baby girls get on their bike, they're not moving. This thing is flat to the ground. No more messing with the bikes, you're going to wreck them and then the babies won't have a bike.
My first husband was in the military, in the army, and he was stationed in Germany. I was 20 when we got married. I had 6 kids with him and brought 6 kids into the marriage with Kit.
Ben is 16 years old. He is 6'4", which is about a foot taller than Kit. Like most 16-year-olds, he's preparing for his driver's test. And according to his parents, he is responsible and very quiet.
You can make a right or a red, but only after you've stopped completely.
Akila, also known as Kiki, is 14 years old. He is the artist of the family. He enjoys drawing and playing trumpet. He's the family extrovert.
Well, I've never missed the bus, but...
You have missed the bus. Can you tell that story?
I forgot that story.
12-year-old Diego is another quiet one. He likes to play video games and enjoys his time alone. Not an easy feat around this home. Ricky is 10 years old. Among his skills are playing violin and dodging chores.
Ricky!
Ricky actually told me once when I asked him to do something, he said, I don't work on the weekends.
Olivia is 8 years old. She is the responsible one. A great help around the house, as well as a pretty good clarinetist. Keanu is 7 years old, and he shares one thing in common with his older brother, Ricky. Keanu does not like doing chores.
Keanu's first date in first grade in Baltimore, Maryland. He threw up.
After Kit and Siobhan married, together they had 7 more kids, including 3 sets of twins.
Kit and I always tell each other we have twin brains, and maybe that's why we have so many twins.
First, there was Saoirse and Sean. They're identical mirror image twins.
Sean and Saoirse are also mirror image twins. That happens to 25% of identical twins. One is right-handed, one is left-handed. Their hair parts on different sides, and their teeth come in on the different sides as well. When they look at their pictures, they identify the other person as themselves. So it's like looking in the mirror to them.
I'm Saoirse. I'm Sean. I'm born before Saoirse. My eyes are darker, and I'm Sean because I'm Mohair. We can play lots of games like freeze tag, hide and seek, and we play some cards.
After Sean and Saoirse were born, Siobhan and Kit decided to try for a little girl, and the result was Schwanhilda. Schwani is the only non-twin out of the kids that Kit and Siobhan have had together. And according to Kit,
Schwanhilda, the noisy one.
After Schwani, Kit and Siobhan had another set of twins, Heidi and Rosie. They are fraternal twins, and unlike their identical twin brothers, Sean and Saoirse, Heidi and Rosie enjoy their space.
Heidi sleeps in there, Rosie sleeps in there, and never the twain shall meet. Unbelievable, they will not stay together. In fact, when they come in for a snuggle, they won't sleep, they won't sit or lie beside each other. They will have someone between them.
The Healy's third set of twins are many months from joining the family at home. It's been 6 weeks since their birth, and there have been complications. Joseph, born smaller than his brother Christopher, has already suffered 2 bouts of pneumonia. It's still touch and go for these extremely premature infants, and the challenge is now to balance protecting them from exposure to germs with a strong need both parents and children have for human contact. The ritual is now familiar. Every visit starts with a thorough scrubbing.
Look, he's holding it for you. Here you go. Toes tucked in? Okay.
Keeping the boys warm is also critical. By laying them directly against the skin, then wrapping them, a technique they call kangaroo care in reference to a kangaroo pouch, the infants can draw from their parents' body heat.
When I saw Joseph and Christopher, I thought they would be bigger, but it was small, and that was sort of a little bit scary, but I like going to the hospital and seeing them, being able to touch them.
We have to wash our hands before we touch one, because we might give them a disease. Sick.
Babies being born so prematurely face a lot of problems with lungs and infections. And they're on high oxygen, you know, like 80% oxygen, because they can't breathe on their own. I really wish I could be at the NICU all day long with Christopher and Joseph, but it's not possible because I have to take care of 11 other children. 8 of them are going to school right now.
Today is the first day of the new school year, and for 2 of the Healy kids, this is a major milestone. It's twins Sean and Saoirse's first day of school. They'll be starting kindergarten in a little under an hour, which makes this a very big day. But when there are 8 lunches to make and 8 kids to get off to 3 different schools, as well as 3 little ones at home, even the normal day can look extraordinary.
Preparing all the kids' lunches right now. It's 8 now because the twins are going to school for the first time this year. They're all getting a drink and a snack, and I'm gonna make some sandwiches. Benny, come on, hurry up. Did you wake Kiki yet? Yes. Okay, I didn't see Kiki yet. All right, Kiki, time to get up. It's coming up 6 o'clock already. Oh, it shouldn't be too hot today. I'll do that.
You're very good. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Mind yourself.
Hello? Okay. You have a good day. Bye, love. That was Kid singing a love song to me. You woke up. There you go. We're using at least 2 packages of cheese and, of course, 8 drinks every morning. We go shopping every day, and every day we're spending probably about $150 just to replenish the food that we got that they used up. Hey, Saoirse. Hey, Sean. Well, today's a special day because Sean and Saoirse are going to school for the first time in elementary school. They're in kindergarten now. So they're going to join Keanu, who is in 4th grade. So they're going to be on the same bus. It's your first school day. Come on. Isn't it exciting to do that, huh? Grab a bowl of cereal, Keanu.
Feeding all these kids in the morning is not a small task either, especially when they each have their own preference of cereal. That's 7 boxes of cereal in the cupboard at all times.
Rosie is the one that wakes up any time at night, sometimes rambles into our room. We're lucky if she makes it till maybe 6 o'clock without waking up, and she's usually a crab. And then Heidi is the one that is always happy. I mean, she wakes up, no problem, big smiles. So I have to get all these girls ready because they have to get in a van, and we're gonna follow Sean and Saoirse to school.
Siobhan has traditionally followed each one of her kids to their first day of school. Today is no exception for Sean and Saoirse, who are riding the bus with Keanu.
I feel like they're big boys now. They're not babies anymore. It's great to see them off, though. Learning something. I'm glad they're in school again. But I also miss all of the guys. We're gonna say goodbye to Sean and Saoirse.
After seeing Sean and Saoirse off to their first day of kindergarten, Siobhan, Schwanhilde, Heidi, and Rosie say their goodbyes, and they all go back to the house.
Okay, we're gonna go home and probably prepare some lunch. And have to make a call to the NICU, see how the babies are doing.
But if you think this is the quiet, peaceful part of Siobhan's day, you don't know Heidi, Rosie, and Schwanhilde.
Oh, no. What did you do? Go very mad. You guys need to go to bed.
But today, concerns over spilt flour ultimately seem trivial. Although they're trying to keep things as normal as possible at home, their thoughts are never far from the NICU. The Healy's have recently been informed that little Joseph has developed a complication called patent ductus arteriosus, PDA. In short, he has a hole in his heart which may require surgery. Doctors are evaluating the problem this morning and are soon to call with their recommendations.
Waiting for a phone call from the NICU. They did the echo, so I'm anxiously waiting for the news. So, oh, and there it is probably. See ya. Bye. Hi, Dr. Kirsten. How are you doing? So what's the earliest you think they can do it? Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Bye, Dr. Kirsten. Okay, he still has that hole, so he needs the surgery. Not much change, you know, it's still there, the PDA is still there. But he's okay, he's not on more oxygen or anything, it's just that it's something that they have to fix. So, but hopefully tomorrow, because it might go downhill if they don't do it fast enough. So.
The decision has been made. Today, little Joseph will have surgery on his heart, which is only slightly larger than a grape. Without the surgery, his heart will continue to flood his lungs with too much blood, making it impossible for him to breathe without a respirator. To add to Siobhan's anguish, Kit cannot be there. His work as a plumbing superintendent has suffered during the recent trying weeks, and they cannot afford to have him continue to miss work. She's promised to keep him posted by phone.
He was still so little. I mean, he was not even 3 pounds. We were told that he might die from the surgery.
My biggest fear was that he wouldn't wake up.
The setup of the surgery to close the hole in Joseph's heart involves a team of nurses and doctors to monitor the vital signs as the cardiosurgeon, Dr. Vicella, performs the operation.
The main risk is clearly bleeding, because in a baby that is this small, you really have to control the bleeding rather rapidly, because that's the main risk, really. The procedure has been around for a long time. It was actually the first heart operation ever done in 1938 in Boston.
During the surgery outside of the operating room, it was very, very hard to face.
That was probably the worst day of my life.
Right there? Okay, so what you see, the descending aorta of the baby, which is the structure that's pulsating right over here. In this structure here is the ductus that comes off the aorta and connects the aorta and the pulmonary artery. So what we're going to do is just take a clip and just interrupt the duct right there.
After identifying the PDA in Joseph's heart, the surgeon uses a clip to shut the hole. Soon after, baby Joseph is stitched up and Siobhan is notified that the surgery was a success.
Went very well. You can see an immediate result. It was a very large duct, and this clearly would not have closed spontaneously.
I feel very relieved now because I just got the news that everything went well. He should make a quick recovery. He's a strong baby, and I think he fared really well during that surgery. And I guess the next 24 hours will be crucial, but I think we'll make it through that. At least the surgery is over.
Coping with the twins' medical issues combined with the daily chores of managing a family of 13 has put an incredible strain on the Healy parents. When Kit and Siobhan first met, they could not have imagined the unusual life together that lay ahead. It all started in a small pub in Southern California.
I met Kit at a pub, and it was called the Blarney Stone.
I used to play in an Irish pub in San Diego.
I hadn't been out for a while, so a friend of mine said, "You need to get out."
I was playing away one night. She came in and she was stunning.
You know, I noticed him right away, and I saw him in his plumbing outfit, and I thought, wow, he looks handsome.
I thought she was the most gorgeous woman I ever saw in my life.
It was love at first sight.
After hitting it off in the pub in San Diego, Kit decided to take their relationship to the next level. He encouraged Siobhan to learn to play the baron, which is an Irish traditional drum. From then on, Kit and Siobhan started singing and playing together on stage. 3 months later, at the same pub, Kit asked Siobhan a very important question.
I asked her if she'd marry me. And she said she would. And she did. Since then, we've been sitting around and playing music.
Erica.
Oh, and having kids. Tons of them.
With 6 kids from Siobhan's first marriage, it was an instantly large family.
It's fairly obvious that we're a heck of a different group.
So we go to the Oktoberfest every year. It's very important for our family to keep up with the tradition.
We dress the kids in their traditional German costumes. We think it's really important that the kids know their tradition, where they came from. And they do have fun at the Oktoberfest. The one in Delaware has rides almost like a circus or a carnival. They have a royal time.
People always ask us questions.
Some people ask, how do you fit in the van? Some people think that some of us are adopted. Some people ask, is Kit your mother's father?
People always think that we either adopted children or we are a foster family. We always have to explain, that the 6 older guys are from a first marriage.
Just because Benny doesn't look exactly like me.
We are a big, loving family. We are a little different from other families because we have 13 children, but we are still a regular family.
This is a typical session at the Healy house. Anyone can blow it if they like, and they're not put out of the family. They are, however, removed from the band. Okay.
Kit is a great role model. He involves the bigger guys, the bigger kids, into all his projects.
Well, try that again, guys.
They're working right now outside on the roof of the shed. So, from the beginning, the oldest one was 9 years old. Ben was 9 years old when I met Kit. So, the transition wasn't bad. They all work together. Kit involves all the kids in all the projects. So it's a nice crew. Shut up.
You're out of the band.
Okay.
I do what any father does. Goes out to work, earns the money to keep the house going. Try and keep the peace between all of the kids when I come home and teach them right from wrong. She hasn't picked up the trumpet for about 25 years. That was her trumpet when she played in an Oompa band in Germany.
Halloween was the due date of the babies, Christopher and Joseph. We had planned on welcoming them home.
The babies didn't come home.
The twins are progressing, and they're progressing in the right order. They're just taking their time, which all preemies do, and their biggest goal now, Joey's, is to get over the infection, get off the ventilator so he can move on to actually physically eating, and Christy just needs to keep on eating and growing and breathing. Those are their goals right now, and they're doing it.
And we bought some costumes for the little guys, for Christy and Joe.
Yeah, little pumpkins.
Holidays are usually chaotic, but it's a fun way of chaos. We go out and buy costumes for Halloween, for example.
Now, can you see out?
Yes.
Okay, very shortly.
I can see.
Everybody's running around and it's really crazy. I was Captain Jack Sparrow.
It was scary how much she looked like Johnny Depp. I almost asked her for an autograph. I went as a wizard, and God, I was good.
While the twins couldn't make it home for the Halloween festivities, they will be home soon. And the transition to the Healy house requires that everyone pitch in to make sure their brothers stay healthy and happy. There are some basic rules that everyone must follow.
It's important to have a family meeting to let the kids, all the other kids, know how important it is to wash their hands and disinfect their hands.
Joey and Christy have almost no immune system. The slightest cold could be fatal.
Christy and Joe are coming home soon. They're going to be coming home with oxygen. Once they get home, we definitely have to make sure when you guys come into the door that you go straight to the sink, wash your hands really good, then disinfect your hands afterwards with alcohol, and that's going to be displayed throughout the house.
Sean is going to be Joe's buddy. Saoirse is going to be Christopher's buddy, and they're going to watch them.
How are Sean and Saoirse supposed to be the buddies of them?
Sean and Saoirse will be helping out with, maybe bringing us a diaper when we have to change them.
How much do the babies weigh now?
The babies weigh 6 pounds, 9 ounces. That's Christopher. And Joseph weighs exactly 5 pounds. Any other questions?
What do the babies look like right now?
You've seen them before in the hospital, but I guess it's been a while. And they have reddish blonde hair and greenish blue eyes. Anything else?
Why are they coming home if they still need oxygen?
They send them home with oxygen because they feel that the parents are responsible enough to handle that. I mean, they'll show us how these monitors work, and then we'll be able to just take care of it as if we were nurses in the hospital.
So that's it. Let's look forward to seeing Joe and Christy home soon.
I think everybody's very excited about bringing the babies home. Uh-oh, what happened? Well, we have to go shopping for milk and eggs every day, but the biggest shopping trip is now because we don't want to do that while the babies are home, because we won't have the time anymore to do that.
We have a 15-seater van, and now it's going to be full when Joe and Christy are home. So we had to buy a trailer. And it was the handiest thing we ever bought, because you can just open the back, put all the stuff in, close the door, and nobody knows what's in there. We usually take the entire clan, and then, well, they can push carts and babies into carts. So that's the way to go. Second row.
2 car seats are coming in soon, and they're going to be placed here. This shopping trip is important because we're just trying to get ready for Christy and Joe to come home. We won't be able to go out as a family for a while because they have to stay in the house. So this is the last shopping trip with a big family, and just loading up on groceries. We're probably going to be spending about $1,000, mostly canned food and stuff that can be frozen.
Okay, well, we'll lock it up and get ready to go.
And we buy the non-brand names or, anything that's cheap. Let's do one round. Ben, can't see you anymore.
How you doing?
Just follow Ben, guys.
Rosie's blankies. Oh, God. There's things in our mind that we know we're out of, and then as you hit the aisle, you find you remember something else you're out of.
I have 4 loaves of bread. I'm trying to find some more bread because our mother wants 2 different kinds of breads. It'll last us probably like about 2-3 weeks.
We make a list. We usually put 2 guys on a cart, and that keeps them sort of together.
With a large family, the cost of shopping is horrendous. So that's the biggest challenge. And then, of course, the time. It's very time-consuming, going shopping, getting everybody ready, coming home, and then having to put up everything. It takes like 2 hours to organize everything, and everybody has to help. Okay, we just finished shopping, and we have 7 carts.
Did you find everything okay?
Yes.
I waited on them quite often. It's not typical at all. I think we have a really big family. We've done 2 carts, and our total is already at $538. The register won't let me scan any more items. I'm gonna have to finish this order and then restart with another one.
This stuff hopefully will last us for 1 month.
It has been a trying and difficult time for the Healy's these past 4 months, but finally, one of the twins is ready to come home.
We're gonna pick up Christopher and then put it in the crib.
We're on the way to the hospital. We have an appointment at 2 o'clock with a respiratory therapist, and after that, we're gonna take Christy home.
This is like the mafia. 5 of us going for a ride and only 6 of us coming back.
Today, Christopher, born nearly 4 months premature at a life-threatening 2 pounds and 4 ounces, is being officially discharged from the NICU.
Christopher's going to need much the same care at home that he got in the hospital. He's going to he'll be on oxygen for a while.
We feel confident that we will be able to handle it here at home.
Christopher is feeding on 8 bottles a day and weighs over 9 pounds, a milestone set by his doctor in order for him to come home.
So we're going to take him home because he's already on 8 bottles, but Joe is taking 2 bottles right now. We have to bring him up to 8 bottles before he can go home.
Joseph is expected to be released from the NICU sometime around Christmas.
We had the other 2 sets of twins in with Christy and Joe, and we're about to take Christy home. So that was the first time that Heidi and Rosie saw the babies at all since they were born 4.5 months ago. Here's the monitor we have to take. It's 7 o'clock. We were ready to take Christy home.
Oh.
Oh, no, he's puking. Great. And of course, then he puked on me. Okay.
Okay. Okay, kid.
There you go. We'll see you tomorrow, okay, baby? A lot of the nurses were there when we said goodbye to the NICU, the nurses that we saw from the beginning, so I guess everybody was very happy to see Christy so big and healthy. Mm-hmm.
Look, and he's wide awake and
yeah.
around.
Lucy was away.
Did you see Christy's out?
Can I come out?
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, can I come out?
We got out of the hospital, loaded up everybody in the van. Okay, Rosie, come on.
Straight, turn, all the way. Turn, straight, turn.
Come on, Rose.
Yes. That's it.
Those people at Sinai were wonderful.
Thank you, Abby.
We'll see you soon.
Yep.
After over 4 months in the hospital, Christopher is finally home, and all of his brothers and sisters couldn't be happier to see him.
He looked like he was fascinated with all the different creatures around him downstairs, and they are equally fascinated.
Yeah, he just came home from the hospital. Everybody was very happy to see him. I mean, because the older kids had been in school and they were not at the hospital.
I noticed everyone went to touch his cheek.
Even though Christopher's identical twin brother remains in the hospital, this family of 15 is finally one step closer to being whole.
I got it.
All right.
What got us through this whole thing was relying on each other. And the cooperation of the guys, all the kids.
Now we just have to work on Joe and get him over here.
This is gonna be fun. Getting this fella ready for the fray.
Yeah. And he's tired.
He's a tired boy. He's as tired as tired.
Are you happy to be home? Are you happy to be home? It was a long day. You must be tired, baby.